Hello again, everybody. It's me, Sam here. As I was going for back again for another video. I'm back. Well, I'm not. I'm back, sort of, not really. Got in hiatus. You know the whole shtick. Are you well? If you are, that's good. If you're not, leave a comment below, letting me know how you are, because I'd like to know. So yes, I'm back for another video. Coming out of well, I guess you can say coming out of hiding again, like I always do with these sorts of things, because it's response video time. Because I like to do these, because these are always fun to do. It's really the only time I think I ever really want to come out and make a video. So yes, at the time of making this video, it is June the 28th in 2019, and that means we're heading close into July, and then following on from that it will be August, and then that also means TFNation. So, of course, in the usual response video fashion, this is responding to Knowlsy, Mr. John Knowles. How are you doing, sir? Who, of course, does a very good job. One of many people that does a good job of rallying the support and getting the mojo excitement thing going on with TFNation and all the build-up and everything else going on around with that. He managed to pull up a list of questions to ask everybody and do a response video, and that was just my phone going off, so don't worry about that. Yes, he managed to make a list of questions for people to answer, and I managed to get them all on my phone, so that way I can just keep track of what it was he said. He listed 5 questions regarding TFNation this year that's going to happen. And, well, even not even really just so much this year, but I mean just any questions at all regarding TFNation in the future. So this is one that is going to be quite interesting. So here I've seen a couple of video responses. Some of them have been really good. Just finished watching SG1's and Visto Yeti's videos. As always, they are very good. I know the camera's just a bit on the. There you go. Yeah. So yes, I just finished watching their videos, and they are very good, and the responses are very good to watch. So I thought I might as well just throw my name into the bucket and see if that makes any difference. So, well, without any further ado, let's get started. Question number 1: what would you like to see added to the con that wasn't there already? Well, let's see. What would I like to see added to the con that wasn't there already? Well, I have a few suggestions, and they may not happen. I mean, these are just things that I personally want. So let's just see how that turns out. Number 1, I think. What would I like to see added? I personally would like to see added a little game room. And what I mean by game room, well, of course, you can bring your own board games if you want. They don't necessarily have to be Transformers themed. I mean, if you want to play like Cards Against Humanity and that stuff, or Dungeons and Dragons, or anything like that, or whatever, something like that. Or as a suggestion, because with this being a Transformers themed convention, you have a game room that's dedicated to playing Transformers games. So, for example, you have sets of televisions and the consoles in which those games operate. So, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, etc., etc. With the various games that have been released on those platforms, like the Beast Wars game, or the Activision games, or anything like that. You know, just playing those games and just letting people get on with that. So that's one thing, because you know that I think would actually get a little bit of the enthusiasm going, and also really get people's interest in video games a bit more a bit more wider out there to the general public. So that's one thing, and probably the second thing, and I kind of mentioned this a while ago, and this was way back a couple of auto assemblies ago when we moved to the Hilton, was the fact that the Hilton has a swimming pool, as most hotels do, but I mean this one in particular has a nice swimming pool, and I was thinking, you know, as a suggestion, a pool party. what do I mean by a pool party? Well, I mean, you know, shit, a Transformers themed pool party, you know, where people can get together and there'll be music and there'll be all sorts of all sorts of fun. I mean, you have like pictures of the Seacons and that sort of thing, and there'll be like rave music and all that sort of thing going on. And I mean, just that kind of thing. But then again, there's also the downside to having a pool party. If there was a pool party, then there'd be a majority of people who would go, who would probably get way drunker than they normally would and end up just being sick in the pool. So probably not that idea. Probably try and find a way around that. Try and find a way around the pool vomiting that probably might happen to these sorts of things, because you know how hectic pool parties get. If you ever watch videos of pool parties, you'll see that there's a lot of preparation that goes into them. It's not as complicated as organizing a wedding, but it's like trying to keep the excitement going, the music going, the fun going. But have it at a certain time. You know, probably have it as like one of the evening events or whatever. You know, just to have that thing going on when everything else is done. So after the whole script reading, all that sort of thing, and then say, "Attention, come to the pool party, and it's gonna be awesome." Stuff like that. I mean, that would be cool. That's sort of thing I would like to have, because so yeah, that's number one. That's kind of the one. That's question number one, I think. Done. I mean, what else I'd like to see at the con that wasn't there already? I don't know. Probably. I guess another thing as well that I would like to see, like, get some people who are involved officially with what's coming up next in the brand, like a new TV show or a new video game or anything like that. Hasbro officials from overseas, or even some Hasbro officials that are UK based, get them over here and just, you know, show things like showcase. Here's what's going to come out next year, or here's what's going to come out in the years to follow, and you are not allowed to bring cameras or anything like that, because that sort of thing is only accessible through X, Y, or Z. You know, that sort of thing. So that kind of that's another thing as well. I think that would be nice, because I think that would actually draw up the interest of people that are first time goers. You know, if you want to see something that you really want, then the person who's showing that might actually have it there. So that's question number one. Question number two is, which three voice actors would you like to see at TFNation? Well, I mean, that's an easy thing, isn't it? What three Transformers voice actors would you like to see at TFNation? Personally, I don't know. I mean, I know that a lot of people want Peter Cullen and Frank Welker. That might not happen, and I think we probably have to get used to that. The only way that you can ever see those two is to go to the conventions that happen in the US. That's the only option, I think. I mean, maybe we might get Peter Cullen and Frank Welker. Who knows? It might not happen, but if it doesn't, it's no loss. I don't know. I mean, I would like to see some of the surviving G1 cast come to this convention and really get to experience the UK side of the thing. Who would I like to see at TFNation? Well, let's see. Who would I like to see voice actor wise at TFNation? Okay. And I know that people don't like this series, but that's not really that important. What's important is their involvement in this particular series anyway. So, let's see. I've got three choices, and they're completely unrelated to anything that we've already had. And they're kind of, and when you think about it, they are kind of fans of the franchise anyway, so we'll have them there. Okay, three choices. John Bailey, Frank Todaro, and Jason Momoa. And the reason for those three in particular, those three, more noticeably Jason Momoa, were in the Machinima Prime Wars trilogy. And I know a lot of people don't really like the those costumes all that much. I kind of like them, even though they're kind of crap. But, you know, I think it'd be worth having those guys there. Because, you know, they are quite talented voice actors, especially Jason Momoa. I mean, if you've watched the Machinima cartoons and you've heard his Megatron blows everyone else away. And his Megatron is the best Megatron in recent years that I've heard. And I would like to actually see him get more work. I mean, hell, he was in Megalobox, for Christ's sake, and he was in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So, so he's getting the work that he deserves, and he's actually really, really talented. So if he's watching this, and I'm sure you are not, but if you are, come to TFNation. You know, come to the UK and actually get to be surrounded by the people that are familiar with your work or unfamiliar with your work. I mean, if they are unfamiliar with the Machinima costumes, then they probably might have heard you in things like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Megalobox, or anything else that you've worked on that's anime related, because he is mainly an anime voice actor, but he is still a voice actor regardless, and he did voice Megatron. So yeah, and John Bailey, he was in the Bumblebee movie, and he did Optimus Prime in Combined Wars. So yeah. And I like him, so maybe get him involved. And Frank Todaro, he did Starscream and Sludge in those cartoons. And Frank Todaro I've known since the TF Cog fan dubs from years and years ago. And if you look back on his career and see how far he's come as a voice actor, there's a lot to appreciate from that. So, yeah. Who else would I like to see? I mean, personally, I mean, those three, yeah, those three are fine, but maybe as an alternative, if one can't show up, Michael Dobson. I would love to get Michael Dobson, or hell, even Brian and Paul Dobson, the Dobson brothers. Get them involved in this. Those guys were in the Unicorn trilogy, and whether you like the Unicorn trilogy or not is, probably not the only reason I think to see them. But I mean, those three brothers, you know, have gone on to have big voice acting careers in the anime industry, and if you watch anime or any other cartoons that they're in, definitely bring them over. I would love to see those guys at TFNation, especially Michael Dobson, because I'm a big fan of Michael Dobson's work. So yeah, those three options and an alternative three. Yeah, I mean, any of those would be good. Question number 3. What would you like to see in the dealer's room? Honestly, I mean, what would I like to see in the dealer's room? Honestly, I think that the people that they've got do a good enough job for just being there, you know? Toifu and Kapow and everyone else in between. I think that they all do a very good job of prying their wares and selling what gubbins that they have. Toifu especially, because they do have some good stuff there. And I don't know. I mean, what would I like to see in the dealer's room? I don't know. I mean, I think what the TFNation crew are doing at the moment is, as always, they haven't let us down. And I think that what they're doing at the moment in the dealer's room is good enough. So keep on doing that. I mean, I don't think there's anything really left to improve that you haven't already improved already. So those guys do a bang on job. So I'm sorry if that answer is a little bit not as interesting as the others, but we'll get through this. Question number 4: least favorite TFNation pickup. Least favorite TFNation pickup. To be honest, I don't have any. I mean, I don't have any least favorite pickups that I've been getting in the last few years. As I didn't go last year, I kind of missed out. But no, I can't think of a single thing that I've bought that I wasn't a fan of. That I took it out of the box and said, hey, I don't like this. I think it all just comes down to a selection of choice. So yeah, I'm very picky about what I'm after these days, and because I'm not that too obsessed in collecting anymore, and because like I care more about character over toy, I care a lot more about the character rather than the plastic. Like the character has to come first over the plastic, or at the very least, the character has to be part of something in order for me to like the plastic. So that yeah, so there's that. So I'm sorry if that's again, I've not really got anything to really add on that. So yeah, that's question number 4, and finally, question number 5. What would you like to see con exclusives that weren't there before? Well, what have we had prior to the last few years that have been there? You know, exclusive comics, exclusive toys. There was, I can't remember if it was 2016's, no, it's not 2016's, 2017's, or, no, it was 2017. 2017's animated comic, really, really good, loved it. I wouldn't mind seeing another comic exactly similar like that, although it doesn't necessarily have to be animated, you know, because, you know, I'm kind of bored about hearing about Transformers animated at this point, because I know that a lot of people want season 4 back. It's just not going to happen. So, what would I like to see exclusive toy-wise? I mean, personally for me, I would like to see another comic that's more fan-made, and maybe, you know, as an idea, this probably might end up taking a lot of time out of the people that actually are involved in this in this, but it's just an idea. What if like there was a 5-part volume series? I mean, I know that if we're talking like convention exclusive comics, I know that BotCon have had some over the years that have been, some have been hit and miss, and some of them have been good. But for TFNation, I'm thinking, you know, take that further afield. You know, shit. I really wanna say like a continuation of the of G1 of the cartoon, something like that. But that would be an entirely different comic in itself, and that I think would exhaust a lot of the manpower that goes into the making of the comic. So probably not that, but I'm thinking like fan comics. I mean, you know, anyone who's prying their wares, anyone who's up and coming, that would be nice to see them get to cut their teeth on this. You know, get some stories like mosaics. There you go, more mosaic comics, because that's the one thing I think that I would love to see make a comeback in the near future. More mosaic comics that were, I mean, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, Transformers Mosaics was a fan thing that went around for many years, a couple of years ago, during the 2000s, and there were various stories from various continuities, from G1 to Beast Wars to the Unicron Trilogy, etc., 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 and they were all different stories, not necessarily in tune with the continuity that they were in, but there were various different stories that were centered around different characters. You know, for TFNation, I'm thinking something like that, like a zine, fanzine, based around what the creators want. You know, and it's a zine that's. I know that the people that run the stores in those conventions often have their own zines that they sell for various prices. But I'm thinking, you know, as a convention exclusive idea, that you can that it comes with the gift bag. That you could have like a fanzine that comes with the gift bag. So, and in that zine, you know, it's the mosaics. You know, different mosaics that haven't been done by various different people. The artists that are either at the Forge or any of the guests that are artists and writers. I mean that sort of idea. I mean, because it's good. I think when there's an idea that we're working together under the same roof. So something like that. Yeah, I mean, more fanzines. I mean, I'm not really all that fussy about the convention exclusive toys, because easy come, easy go, right? But I would like to see more fanzines. You know, more fanzines, and give other people a chance to maybe try their own wares. You know, just something like that. I think that would be fun. So yeah, that's my whole thing to submit to this question thing, TFNation wise. The video to the actual topic itself is in the link below. Go watch thing. Go and respond to that video, because anyone who's going to TFNation this year, it's good to get some input from those that have been previously going to the past cons, or anyone that's going there for their first time. It's worth responding to this, and then maybe once the people who are involved in TFNation actually get a chance to watch these videos, maybe they'll try. Maybe they'll take heart and see what they can apply to the future conventions. So yeah, that's my my whole thing added to this. I probably might, if there's another response video building up to TFNation, I'll probably duck my head out and then respond to that as well. But until then, everybody, I'll see you all soon. Take care.